welcome to Straightforward. Today I am visiting with my longtime friend, Coach Carlton Dickey, who has been an entrepreneur for a very long time in the community, was one of the first to just launch out with African-American art. He has the Framing Factory and Art Gallery here in Columbus, a longtime businessman, coach, all of that, millionaire, all of that. Welcome, Carlton. How are you?
I'm good.
It's been a while since you were here. Last time you were here, oh, Lord, I think we're on our second set. This is the fourth set, so that means you stayed away too long. But I understand the life of a millionaire. You can't just hang around in Columbus. You got to go to your beach home and all of that and, you know, squeeze us in between. So the Framing Factory and Art Gallery, you've been doing that a while. How many years now?
Probably about 30 years.
About 30 years, because I remember early on, because your deceased beautiful wife, my childhood friend and classmate from the Albany State University, you all launched this business.
Yeah.
And you had this funny story, and I want you to share that with our audience, in particular our young people that have all of these bright ideas, that if you have a dream, sometimes you got to do some unorthodox, but not illegal, unorthodox things to launch the business. So how did the Framing Factory and Art Gallery get started?
I walked in the frame shop on Hamilton Road, and
Did you?
yeah, and I saw black art. I'd never seen black art before.
Right.
So I said,
Because even in our homes growing up, even the religious people, we either had John Kennedy or the Last Supper, and it was all, you know, white people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you had never seen black art.
Never seen black art before.
Okay.
And I said, it's a need for black art. You know, people haven't seen it before.
Right.
So I just wanted to start a business.
But yeah.
So I asked the people there, hey, how do I get into this? And they told me, hey, you got to go to school, you know, learn how to frame.
Right.
And once I went to school to learn how to frame, I got into the art business because I went to a lot of art shows. So all the art that I have, I buy from the artists themselves. Okay.
Oh, you're buying it direct?
Yeah, from them.
Oh, okay. Well, I know I've been up to your business, and I always just am really amazed. And of course, we have some of the pieces here today of some of the framing that you do. Besides the black art, you do the framing for awards and military, shadow boxes, all kinds of things. So, yeah. But anyway, so you had this idea, but how did you get the money? See, because we can have these bright ideas. You know, I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
But it takes money to finance dreams. So you're not from a trust fund family. I know you all own a lot of land down there in South Georgia, because I used to roll through there when I was teaching at the Calhoun State Prison. So I know you are property owners. I saw you on Main Street in a small town one day. And I was like, Dickey, you talking about, oh. I was like, oh, see them quiet millionaires. But how did you come up with the money? Because, you know, if you're a rich kid, somebody just break you off or call the banker and they set you up. How did you get the seed money?
I never had any money before. Being a school teacher, you don't make a lot of money.
No, he said being a school teacher, you didn't make a lot of money.
You didn't make a lot of money.
It was an honest living, but you weren't going to get rich.
Right, you weren't going to get rich.
Right.
So I took out a life insurance policy, you know, on my family. And a friend of mine came on. I said, is there any money in this policy?
Right.
He said, yeah, you know, you have some money built up in here.
Right.
I said, could I get it?
Right. So it was whole life insurance.
Right.
That's the one.
It was whole life insurance. So he said, I said, how much I got in there? I said, I need that money because I want to start a business.
Wow.
So he gave me the money. I went up to Atlanta, I took the class, I bought the equipment, and I came back home, and I was working in my garage. And one of my athletes at Hardaway, his granddaddy had the building I'm in now.
Oh, so you got to hook up.
I had to hook up. And he was moving out. He said, Dickey, you can rent this place.
Wow.
So I rented it and
Been there ever since.
ever since.
One location.
Yeah.
And I did give you some advice because you've been there and, you know, sometimes like a typical man and all of that. I said, paint the door red.
Yeah.
Remember, I
Yeah.
told you,
Yeah,
paint
you
the
told me
door
that.
red. Yeah, because it's a historic, traditional house. I like it. It's inviting. You can pass there and see you sitting on the porch, and it make you want to stop there and sit
Yeah.
on the porch in the lake bottom area. But you did paint paint the door and everything, and so it's inviting. What it says, come in and spend some money. So even though you were a school teacher, you had another desire. You wanted to be a business owner.
Right.
And then, so in addition to going to what? You went to the Fort Valley, right?
Right.
That's why you used to always be at Albany State trying to be visiting over there with us. But anyway, that's another story. But anyway, which is a great HBCU. So in addition to having done that, you still went to school to learn so that you could be knowledgeable in this business.
Right. I went to Fort Valley on an agricultural scholarship.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was.
I just thought it was sports, but it was
No,
agriculture.
It was ag.
Okay.
Because my grandmother's always told me I was good with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And so my aunt was a carpenter.
Really?
Yeah, she was a carpenter, and she taught everybody how to nail, build stuff. And so I was good in shop. So I got a scholarship to go to Fort Valley.
See, I never knew that.
Yeah.
For some reason, because you were a coach and all of that, I assume, which is not good to assume, that you had an academic or athletic academic scholarship, not that it was agriculture.
Right.
So agriculture, so that explains why you all own the whole town down there in South Georgia. So because your auntie was a carpenter, which is non-traditional.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
so-
learned skills from her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How amazing. So when I ran into you on that main street, which was downtown, with the building that you own, you were there doing carpentry work that day, or you were just looking at all of that property that you owned?
No, I was looking at the property too. I was trying to sell the property.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of get rid of it because city councilmen, they wanted me to tear it down. They wanted the property.
Oh, that's how they do.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to give it to them, so I had to tear the building down downtown, and somebody came in and bought the lot. So they kind of
Oh,
helped me out.
okay. Yeah, well, and I really, because when I saw you that day, I was actually on my way to the prison. And I said, well, you out of, this not Muskogee County. And so that's when I realized how big your footprint was in terms of resources and a business person. Well, what we're going to do is go to our first break, to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by State Senator Ed Harbison, serving the citizens of Georgia's 15th Senatorial District and on the front lines for veterans every day. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Whole Patient Healthcare. Dr. Jada Rimes-Bacote is board certified in family medicine. She believes the best patient care includes practical, individualized lifestyle changes. Located at 1338 13th Avenue, Columbus, 706-641-2080, or visit wholepatienthealthcare.com. The Framing Factory and Art Gallery for professional framing and decorative art, located in Lake Bottom, 1325 17th Street, or call 706-324-3823. And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm enjoying this visit with my longtime friend, Coach Carlton Dickey, who has been, over 30 years as an entrepreneur, retired educator, basketball coach. I didn't know that you were, besides this businessman, you were agriculture. There's a lot of facets to you, Dickey. I'm learning more, and I've known you for decades. So you kept all of that a secret. Why? Because you thought I was going to ask you to go down to where you got all this land and get me some real fruit and vegetables? Because a lot of what we have in the store, you know, is no good.
That's what we done. My whole job when I was small, my grandmother had a garden.
Mm-hmm.
We planted, harvested, and preserved our food. Everything that we ate came from our garden.
So y'all had canned peaches, everything.
Yeah, well, not canned, but they
No,
were
where they
jars.
would
Yeah.
put them in the jars. That's what they
Yeah.
call canning, in
Yeah.
those mason jars.
Yeah, I know how to do all that.
Well, see, we should be rich. So why are we going? See, those are things you should have even over at the Framing Factory and Art Gallery. Because do you know how much that stuff costs in fresh market?
Yeah.
So that's lost revenue. You really need to do something about that. If you have all of those skills, you just told me that your aunt was a carpenter, which is non-traditional, so she was blazing the trail.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then you're telling me, and then a sidebar in the break, you were saying that you pick cotton for $2 a day,
Yeah.
and you know how to grow vegetables,
Yeah.
you know how to can. Can you cook?
Yeah.
Oh, so they taught you all of that down there in Calhoun County.
I'm from the country. Everybody in the country know how to cook
Everybody
and grow
don't.
food.
Everybody don't. I met some. Remember, I worked at Andrew College. That's not true.
But yeah, I was born in '54, so I'm 70 years old. So the kids that was coming up behind us, they don't know how to do stuff like that.
Okay.
They didn't have to.
So you all learned survival skills.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you had the will to not only work in education, but to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Because this has been a labor of love. 3 decades is a long time to survive in business.
Yeah.
A specific business. I mean, if you are, a restaurant, or if you fixing hair or something like that, but this is a very exclusive kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like what I do. I like to see it come. I like to see it come together.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I put a lot of love in what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And my customers appreciate me.
Oh, I know.
And I educate them, on art too. So.
Right.
And they want stuff framed. They bring it to me, and when they come back, they can't believe how it looked.
That you put it together the right way.
Right.
Right.
See some of the stuff I do.
Right.
I do jerseys. I frame everything.
Anything that's special. So like our military people that's retiring, you can take all of those ribbons and medals and all of that.
Yeah.
I know that I saw some work that you did for an elected official, was the St. Maurice, the what is that, award, and then the medal and
Medals,
the
yeah.
shadow boxes. So our kids, for baby things, you can do those as well.
Too. Diplomas.
I know you do. For one person that does all of those resolutions and proclamations, you
Right.
do a lot of that
Right.
as well, in addition to the black art.
Right.
But you were saying people really like the real, the old, the legacy, like the pictures of the cotton field and the plowing of the mule.
Right.
So that a lot of people are really into that.
A lot of people's into that because it takes them back.
Memories.
Right.
Okay.
The older people's come in, they see this stuff, and they'd be, whoa.
Wow. Right.
I was there. That's my house.
Right.
We pick cotton in this field.
Right. Peaches.
Peaches.
Right.
Potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Collard greens. Stuff like that. Because if you grew up in the country, your grandmama was competing against your friend's grandmother.
Okay.
How the collard greens was gonna look.
Oh, the best colors.
Yeah, the best collards are the peas,
Really?
cucumbers, stuff like that.
Okay.
And
See, and I'm
competing.
learning that. See, I didn't realize that was even something that was competitive.
Yeah.
Having the best garden. Yeah, with the best vegetables. So
Everybody
you're
said-
saying that has translated into, as people get older, that's art that they're looking for.
Right.
And then so you can sell a lot of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's a lot of assisted living homes, they need a lot of art that remind people of where they came from.
Okay, assisted living homes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a couple of those homes probably about 10 years ago.
Okay.
They have old art in there.
Right.
It's the old
memories.
shotgun. Memories, old shotgun houses, the old stoves,
The wood burning stoves,
stove,
the wells,
wells,
the outhouses.
outhouses.
Oh, the assisted living. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense because even people that have memory loss, a lot of them, they can go all the way back with Alzheimer's.
They can go all the
way
way
back to there, but it's the present that they don't. Okay, and so
Right.
you've put some of that in some of the assisted living homes.
Yeah.
Oh, how amazing is that? Because I'm thinking that most of the people want, cool stuff, like Bob Marley and all that. That's young people.
That's young people.
Okay.
That's young people.
So you got a different set of art based on the
Yeah.
generation.
Right. I have a different, clientele of, the stuff that I have.
Uh-huh.
The younger people want the modern stuff.
Okay.
Something you can just paste on the wall and keep moving.
Okay.
But I have, I sell like a lot of investment art.
Okay.
Yeah. When you come to my shop, I have like limited editions. I don't have too much open editions. Everybody have that.
Okay, what is a limited edition and an open edition? Limited means there's only so many was made?
Right, but just so many was made.
Okay.
After that is sold out, that's it.
Okay, no more.
No more. That make your art valuable.
Okay, so that's a collector's item.
Right, you can resell it somewhere back down the line.
And make some money.
And make some
And
money.
then the open edition is just regular stuff that's decorative.
Yeah, you see it side the road, add a lot of games and stuff like that.
Right.
That's open edition stuff.
Okay, see, I didn't know that, and I'm glad that I learned that because I have seen you set up at different events throughout the community, and I'm looking at it with, like one right behind you with the Buffalo Soldier
Yeah.
and all of that, which is relevant.
Yeah.
We're here at Fort Benning, so that's an eye catcher for me. But is that a limited edition?
That's limited edition.
Okay, so that's not something that somebody's just printing off like
No.
Xeroxing or whatever.
No.
Okay. So if I get that, that's an investment piece.
That's an investment.
And I hold on to it. And it's
Yeah.
numbered and signed and,
Right.
and all of it.
And
Okay.
you can sell it back to me in a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
And
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do that. I do that a lot because a lot of the older people, they bought art original stuff and stuff long time ago. So
Right.
they want to sell their stuff back
Okay.
because they don't have any need for it anymore.
Exactly.
And I just resell it.
Okay. See, that's something we need to know about the Framing Factory and Art Gallery.
Right.
Okay, so what we're going to do is go to a break to our sponsors. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Columbus Pediatrics GA, working together to build lifelong relationships between our staff and patients by consistently providing compassion, excellence, and value with 2 locations. The Old Town office at 3580 Massey Lane, Suite F, 706-596-8667. The Midtown office, 1900 11th Avenue, Suite A, 706-323-3400, ColumbusPediatricsGA.com. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a 5-star commercial service with satisfied customers in Georgia and South Carolina, built on the principle that every detail matters. Barbara's Cleaning Service, a new season building a family legacy. The Autism Hope Center. Diane Pope has dedicated the last 3 decades ensuring that families had support and resources for their loved ones on the autism spectrum. Join the Autism Hope Center for fellowship and resources located at 200 Hamilton Road, Suite B, or call 706-604-6333. The Miley Agency, Gerald Miley and his team can assist you in every aspect of your insurance needs. Call today for your free quote at 706-996-2045 or visit themiley.agency.com. Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm really enjoying this visit with my longtime friend, Coach Carlton Dickey, the owner of the Framing Factory and Art Gallery over in the Lake Bottom area. And whenever I visit with him, either in his store, usually we having a little argument, it's all about family. But I always learn something from him. And so now today, I have learned that having the art from the days of old is very important when we're dealing with our seniors and those that have suffered memory loss, because they have that long-term memory, but the short-term memory is not there. And that brings them joy. And so that's important if you have family members that might be suffering with are battling Alzheimer's. So you can always go to the Framing Factory and Art Gallery and pick up some of those pictures and just put them in their room. Yeah, and so that brings them joy.
Right.
So I learned that. So now I know the difference between a limited edition and an open edition. As I told you on the sidebar, I only have one piece of real art in my house, and that is Henry Flipper, because my husband's a West Point graduate, and it has a number on it. And so now I know that that's worth something, because usually I'm one of those people that will buy something at the game because it has the right colors and match my sofa or my curtains. So now I know there's a difference, because you're usually set up in the trade center for the classics and all of that, but you have to be intentional about teaching us. So this is real art right here behind me. The two gentlemen playing music.
Right.
So this is limited. This is not decorative art, the cheap kind like I buy for just the match. This is art with a purpose.
Right.
Okay. And so original artists, you say you work with a lot of original artists and they provide you.
Right.
See, we wouldn't know that about you because I keep telling you, you got to tell us, you have to educate us. You're a teacher.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of, original art, there, at my shop.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you don't think it's a big deal, but it is a big deal. I'm trying to get you to understand, if we don't know, we can't tell people. And when people are, let me just say this, when you're trying to buy a gift for somebody that's got pretty much everything, this is a good gift idea. Yeah. And for people that have been, very mature, like you say, you 70, or people that have been married for a long time, you kind of run out of things to buy people. But this is investment art. You just told me that.
Yeah.
And so people hold it for some time, and those that get older might have to go to a retirement home, they sell it back to you, and then you resell it to somebody else. All of that's important. I know you're rich and own all that land down there in Calhoun County, but we still can make some money. So I always have to give an assignment. So I want you to prove to me, because we have to have our family argument, right? That you can actually do the canning of the vegetables. I like for you to do me some okra. I like okra.
I love okra.
Okay, so I want you to grow us some okra, and then I want peppers in mine. And let's see what that's like. And then those are the little specialty items. You can still sell them at the Framing Factory and Art Gallery instead of me going up to Fresh Market paying $8.
Yeah, I can.
You can do that. And those are good gift ideas, though.
But I can bring you some of that stuff when when I go home. When I go down home, they have my friends and stuff.
They have it at their house.
They have that stuff at their house, and when I go there, I eat
everything.
Everything all over the city, because
just go from house to house.
House to house.
I'm gonna have to go with you then.
Yeah, house to house.
We have to spend a whole day down there visiting.
Because a lot of them still gardening down there.
Really?
Yeah, they still gardening. That's where I get all my stuff from.
Okay, and so it's fresh.
Yeah.
Not only is it fresh, we know it's clean.
Yeah.
Because they done trained you up right. Yeah, because I know you're very particular, and I've been knowing you a long time. Yeah, but no, those are things that, because down the street, another friend, has a florist there, but he has other gift things. You can go there and buy the cheese straws that some lady makes in Savannah. So if people come in and they want to buy a nice little piece of art, if you have some of all of that wonderfully canned items, and I don't mean in the can for the new people, I mean canned in the mason jars, then you can put it in the shop and sell it.
That's a good idea. I mean, I'm gonna look into that next,
Okay.
this month.
Okay.
It's a good month.
Okay, so it's a good season for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be looking into that. So art shows outside of our normal big community events where you're normally set up. How do people, your website, is that where they go, or you prefer them to come and tour the shop so they can more understand, you can educate them on what you have available? How do you want to do that?
We have a website. It's up. It's a Framing Factory and Art Gallery.
Okay, so people can go there.
They can go there, look at some stuff, and they can call us, or they can come by.
Okay.
I'd rather for them to come in.
And then you can give them that one-on-one.
Right.
Right. Because you got several rooms.
Right.
Because every time I come there, I'm so nosy. I have to walk around and see what you got. But no, that's the way I could see the difference, in the kinds of things that you had.
Yeah, because I have all kind of art. I have art everywhere.
Right.
I like art, so if I see something I like, I buy it.
Oh.
And I frame it and put it on the wall.
Okay. So at your home, your personal home, do we have collectibles there, or we keep them at the business?
No, I got collected stuff at the house.
Okay.
Like stuff from way back.
Right.
Like the guys rolling tires.
Okay.
Cotton fields, in the garden.
Things that remind you of your village and your community.
Yeah. The guy named Mr. Lester used to plow a field, our garden every year. With a mule.
Oh.
And a plow behind.
Really?
Yeah. And they still do that stuff down there.
Really? Yeah. And you ever plow at the mule?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we're going to have a visit on that. See, I didn't realize that. No, I thought that you were one of the golden children. They send them off to college and y'all come back. Y'all don't have to do anything.
No, choose. I didn't grow up like that.
You had to earn your place.
Yeah. Well, I worked out. My grandmother worked me to death.
Oh, well, she trained you up though.
Yeah, they trained us. They trained us right.
Oh, well, and that's important.
Yeah.
And that's why you could be the coach, educator, and then run this business for 3 decades.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a coach, where all did you work? I know Hardaway because that's how we in the building we in. We've been in that building the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So the bulk of your time, that's where you worked at Hardaway?
Well, I started out at Hardaway. I think I did about 3 years there. And I moved around, from place to place. I looked at Marshall, Eddie.
Okay, so you
St.
worked
Mary's
in the neighborhood.
Elementary School.
So you worked in the neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah, where some raw talent was.
Right. They always wanted a person there that
understood.
That understood
the student.
And discipline.
Right.
That's the key.
Yeah.
In elementary and middle school.
Right. So you were able to.
Strong person.
So a lot of those kids are grown people now.
Yeah, and they grown people, and I coach their kids.
Oh, the next generation.
Yeah, the next generation. I coach their kids.
Okay.
So
it's a good legacy.
Yeah, I have good contact with at least 50% of them.
Okay.
Yeah, now.
Well, no, that speaks to who you were as an educator.
Yeah.
When they still want to come back, because some folks you don't ever want to see them anymore, but they'll seek you out when they see you.
Oh yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Well, I want to thank you for supporting this show. You have always been a great friend and a supporter, and I just want you to do better about educating the community on this Black art. And we just can't wait until we're having a community event. You got to get out more. Okay, so that's our plan. All right?
Okay.
Okay, I got you on record. All right, thank you so much. This has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.
What up, world? What's up, Columbus? Be sure to tune in every Sunday, Straightforward with Gloria Strode, right here on NBC 38.